When the bombs fall, the Earth will change forever. With the push of a button, humanity could wipe itself off the face of the planet. For decades, this threat seemed distant. But today, everything is different. The world is falling apart at the seams. Global conflicts, new military alliances, arms races, and the idea of nuclear war no longer seems like science fiction. The danger has not disappeared. Warheads are still waiting for their moment. And the question is not whether the threat will disappear, but when and who will decide to unleash it. Scientists are already modeling scenarios for the future. Yes, some people will survive, but life after a nuclear apocalypse will be completely different from what we know. It will be a world of ash, cold, and struggle for survival. There will be black rain. Shortly after the atomic bomb explodes, there will be a heavy black downpour. These will not be small droplets clearing away dust and ash. They will be dense black balls, similar to oil, and they can kill you. In Hiroshima, black rain fell 20 minutes after the bomb exploded. It covered an area of about 20 kilometers around the epicenter, covering the area with a thick liquid that could bathe the unfortunate in 100 times more radiation than at the center of the explosion. The city around the survivors was burning and depriving them of their last oxygen. The thirst was unbearable. Trying to fight the fire, desperate people tried to drink even the strange water falling from the sky. But this liquid contained enough radiation to cause irreversible changes in human blood. It was strong enough that the effects of the rain are still evident today in the places where it fell. If another atomic bomb explodes, we have every reason to believe that the same thing will happen.
Electromagnetic pulse will knock out electricity. When a nuclear explosion occurs, it can send out a pulse of electromagnetic radiation that will knock out electricity and knock out all networks, leaving a city or an entire country without power. In one nuclear test, the pulse sent by the detonation of a single atomic bomb was so strong that it knocked out streetlights, televisions, and telephones in homes within a 1,600-kilometer radius. This, however, was not planned. Since then, bombs have been developed specifically for this task. If a bomb designed to send an electromagnetic pulse explodes 480 kilometers above a country, such as the United States, the entire electrical grid of that country will be knocked out. Therefore, when the bomb falls, the lights will go out. All refrigerators with food will be out of order. Data on all computers will be inaccessible. What's worse, facilities that supply cities with water will stop supplying clean drinking water. It is estimated that it will take 6 months to rebuild the country, but that is assuming that people will be able to work on it. When the bomb falls, they will have other things to worry about.
Smoke will block out the sun. Areas near the epicenters will receive a powerful burst of energy and will be burned to ashes. Everything that can burn will burn. Buildings, forests, plastic, and even asphalt on the roads will burn. Oil refineries, which were planned targets during the Cold War, will explode in flames. The fires that engulf each nuclear bomb target will send toxic smoke into the atmosphere. A dark cloud of smoke 15 kilometers above the Earth's surface will grow and move. Driven by the winds, it will cover the entire planet, blocking out the sun. In the first years after a nuclear disaster, the world will become unrecognizable. The sun will cease to shine on the planet, and we will see only black clouds obscuring the familiar light. It is difficult to say for sure how long it will take before they dissipate and the sky turns blue again. But during a nuclear disaster, we can expect not to see the sky for 30 years.
It will be too cold to grow food. Since there will be no more sun, temperatures will begin to drop. Depending on how many bombs are dropped, the changes will be increasingly dramatic. In some cases, global temperatures can be expected to drop by 20 degrees Celsius. If we face a total nuclear apocalypse, the first year will be without summer. The weather in which we usually grow crops will become winter or late autumn. It will be impossible to grow food. Animals around the world will starve. Plants will wither and die. But there will be no new ice age. During the first 5 years, the deadly frost will greatly interfere with plants. But then everything will return to normal, and in about 25 years, the temperature will return to normal. Life will go on, if we can witness it, of course.
The ozone layer will be destroyed. Of course, life will not return to normal quickly or completely. A year after the bomb is dropped, some processes triggered by atmospheric pollution will begin to create holes in the ozone layer. This will not be good. Even with a small nuclear war using only 0.03% of the world's arsenal, we can expect up to 50% of the ozone layer to be destroyed. The world will be destroyed by ultraviolet rays. Plants will die everywhere. Living creatures will face DNA mutations. Even the most resilient crops will become weaker, smaller, and less able to reproduce. Therefore, when the sky clears and the world warms up a little, growing food will be an incredibly difficult process. When people try to grow food, entire fields will die, and farmers who stay in the sun long enough to grow crops will die painful deaths from skin cancer.
Billions of people will starve. If a nuclear apocalypse occurs, it will take at least 5 years before anyone can grow enough food. With low temperatures, deadly frost, and an exhausting stream of ultraviolet radiation from the sky, few crops will survive long enough to be harvested. Billions of people will be doomed to starvation. Survivors will look for ways to grow food, but it won't be easy. People living near the ocean will have a better chance because the seas will remain calm. But life in the oceans will also diminish. The darkness of the blocked sky will kill plankton, a major source of food in the ocean. Radioactive contamination will also spill into the water, reducing the amount of life and making it dangerous for anyone who wants to harvest it. Most people who survive the bombing will not survive the next 5 years. There will be little food, much competition, and many will die.
Canned food will be edible. Among the few things that people will be able to eat in the first 5 years will be canned food. Tightly sealed packages and cans of food will be edible. And science fiction writers are not deceiving us in this regard. Scientists conducted an experiment in which they placed beer in a can and soda near a nuclear explosion. The outside of the cans was covered with a thick layer of radiation, so to speak. But everything was fine inside. The drinks that were very close to the epicenter became highly radioactive, but even they were drinkable. Scientists tasted the radioactive beer and came to the conclusion that it was perfectly edible. Canned food is believed to be as safe as beer in cans. There is also reason to believe that water from deep underground wells is also quite suitable. The struggle for survival will surely escalate into a struggle for control of deep wells and canned food reserves. Chemical radiation will penetrate to the brain and bones. Even with food, survivors will have to fight the spread of cancer. Shortly after the bomb drops, radioactive particles will rise into the sky and then fall to the ground. When they fall, we won't even be able to see them, but they will still be able to kill us. One of the deadly chemicals will be strontium-90, which tricks the body into thinking it is calcium when inhaled or ingested. The body sends toxic chemicals directly to the bone marrow and teeth, causing bone cancer in the victim. Whether we can survive these radioactive particles depends on our luck. It is unclear how many particles will settle, but if it takes a long time, we may be lucky. If 2 weeks pass before the particles settle, their radioactivity will decrease 1,000-fold, and we will be able to survive them. Yes, cancer will be more widespread, life expectancy will be shorter, mutations and defects will be more common, but humanity will certainly not be destroyed.
There will be massive storms. During the first 2 to 3 years of frosty darkness, we can expect the world to be hit by storms the likes of which the world has never seen before. Debris sent into the stratosphere will not only block out the sun, but also affect the weather. It will change the process of cloud formation, making them more effective at producing rain. Until everything returns to normal, we will see powerful storms and constant rain. In the oceans, things will be even worse. While the temperature on land will quickly transition into a nuclear winter, the oceans will take much longer to cool down. They will remain warm, causing massive storms to rage on the ocean front. Hurricanes and typhoons will wreak havoc on coastlines around the world, and they will rage for many years. People will survive. Billions of people will die if a nuclear catastrophe does occur. 500 million people will die instantly in the explosions of war. Billions will starve or freeze to death. But there are many reasons to believe that humanity will survive. There will be few people left, but they will be there, and that is already good. In the 1980s, scientists were convinced that in the event of a nuclear war, the entire planet would be destroyed. But today we are coming to the conclusion that part of humanity will still be able to survive this war. In 25 to 30 years, the clouds will dissipate, temperatures will return to normal, and life will have a chance to start again. Plants will grow. Yes, they will not be lush, but in a few decades, the world will resemble modern Chernobyl, where giant forests have grown.
Did you like this video? Like it and subscribe to our channel.